My son looked me straight in the eye and said, "Dad, you're not on the list. Go away." Not quietly, not privately, right there, in front of everyone. So I turned around and left. And before that night ended, the wedding did too. I'm not a dramatic man. I don't raise my voice in public. I don't make scenes. I've spent most of my life doing the opposite, working quietly, paying bills on time, fixing problems before they became disasters. I raised my son that way. Show up. Keep your word. Handle your responsibilities. When his mother and I split years ago, I didn't disappear. I doubled down. I paid for school. I paid for housing. I paid when things went wrong and when things went right. I never kept score. I thought that's what fathers were supposed to do. So when my son got engaged, I was happy for him. I paid for the venue, the catering, the flowers, the music, the upgrades no one really needs, but everyone notices. I wasn't trying to buy love. I thought I already had it. That's why I was there that day. Not as a guest chasing attention, but as a father who believed he belonged. The venue was expensive in a quiet way. Glass, stone, soft lighting. The kind of place where everyone lowers their voice without being asked. Music floated through the room. Guests laughed carefully, like they were aware of how much the evening cost. Servers moved like they'd rehearsed it. I stood near the entrance with a small box in my hands. A gift I'd wrapped myself the night before. I remember straightening the ribbon twice, like that mattered. Scanned the room for my son. He looked perfect. Tailored suit. Confident posture. Smiling like a man who thought everything was under control. That should have been my first warning. Something felt off. Not wrong, just rehearsed. Like I'd arrived late to a decision that had already been made. I took a step forward. That's when he saw me. He moved fast. Not running, but deliberately. He stepped directly in front of me, blocking my path like it was instinct. Like he practiced it. "Dad," he said low and sharp, "you're not on the list." I waited for the joke. It didn't come. "You need to go," he added. "You're not supposed to be here." People were close enough to hear. Close enough to pretend they didn't. I glanced past him, toward the room I had paid for. Toward the tables, the flowers, the lights. Toward the life I thought I was part of. His fiancée stood just behind him. Perfect posture. Perfect smile. She didn't look at me. She lifted 2 fingers slightly, signaling someone I couldn't see. Security shifted closer. That's when it landed. This wasn't confusion. This was choreography. "I don't want a scene," my son said. "Please don't make this harder." Harder. Like I was the problem. I searched his face for something. Hesitation, guilt, anything. I found calculation. That hurt more than the words. I nodded once. "Enjoy your day," I said. And I walked out. The door closed behind me, and the sound of the music disappeared. Outside, the heat hit my face like truth. No air conditioning. No pretending. I stood there for a second, letting it settle. Not anger. Clarity. I walked to my truck slowly. Every step felt heavier than it should have. I thought about teaching him how to ride a bike. About holding him on my shoulders at parades. About all the times I showed up when no one was watching. And I realized something that stung worse than the rejection itself. This wasn't impulsive. This wasn't emotional. This was planned. He didn't forget me. He removed me. I sat in the driver's seat with the door closed, hands on the wheel. The dashboard clock glowed softly. Saturday, mid-afternoon. The bank would still be open. I wasn't shaking. I wasn't yelling. I was calm in a way that only comes when something finally makes sense. If I wasn't family enough to be invited, then I wasn't obligated to fund the performance. I picked up my phone. "Business services," the woman said. I gave my name, my account number, my verification details. "No hosetastion. I'm stopping all wedding-related payments," I said. "Effective immediately." She paused. "These are significant amounts. Are you certain?" "I am." The confirmations came quickly. Timestamps. Reference numbers. Finality. Then I called the vendors. Catering first. Authorization revoked. Florals. Payments canceled. Retrieve your arrangements. Music. Cut power. Pack up. One call after another. My voice never changed. I wasn't punishing anyone. I was withdrawing consent. Emails began stacking in my inbox. Each one another boundary I should have drawn years ago. I stayed in the truck and watched the building. The first van arrived 15 minutes later. Florists went in quietly, and came out carrying arrangements worth more than some people's rent. Music stopped mid-song. Servers covered trays. Lights felt harsher without the distraction. Guests lifted phones. My son moved fast now, but not in control anymore. Confused. Panicked. He argued. It didn't matter. Money had stopped speaking. My phone lit up. His name. Again and again. Voicemails piled up. Accusations. Salt. Rage. You ruined my life. I didn't answer. Silence isn't cruelty. It's structure. That night, at home, I opened a spreadsheet. Education. Housing. Cars. Insurance. Support. Year after year. The number stopped just short of 1 million. I stared at it without emotion. This wasn't revenge. It was accounting. He finally called with a different tone. Not angry. Afraid. I'm sorry, he said. I accept the accuracy, I replied. Not the apology. I told him the truth. Calmly. Clearly. I love you, I said. That's why this stops now. People ask if I regret it. I don't. Love without boundaries isn't love. It's permission. And permission, unchecked, turns into entitlement. I didn't end a wedding. I ended an illusion. Boundaries aren't loud. They're clear.